first heard about No Outsiders at a Heads conference up in the Lake District when I sat next to Andrew having the evening meal. We just got chatting, then we had the workshop obviously the next day, came back to school, and it was one of those first things on my tick list. This is something I want to introduce into Kelsall. I bought the book, went to the letterbox library, and then started implementing it in school, and it's blossomed from there really. It's about wanting the children to know that they can belong regardless of their race, their religion, where they come from, whether they've got two mums, two dads, live with Nana. It's that belonging, and it really fed into some of the relationship work that we've been doing in school. And the picture books really were just a way in to really bring to life some complex ideas for the children and to get them ready for the world into which they're going to be immersed in when they're older, and to start that in reception all the way through to year 6. For me, it was a really good scheme of work, but so much more than that. It wasn't just the books, it was about the whole ethos that really inspired me, and Andrew, yourself, you know, the things that you were talking about and the challenges that the children in our care will come across as they grow older. It gives them that really good grounding as they're getting older. So we're in rural Cheshire, so predominantly white British, and not very diverse, I would say. You know, we're right across Cheshire, so part of the No Outsiders ethos was bringing that diversity through the picture books and through some of the discussions that we have, the assemblies that we use in weekly assemblies, looking at lots of different aspects of equality. I just felt it was something that the children weren't immersed in, and that's something they needed. So that was one of the main drivers really. I think we introduced it quite slowly in our school. We introduced the parents to the books. We've had No Outsiders days where the parents have come in and looked at the books. We've had projects that we've done which have a No Outsiders theme. It's front and centre here. You can see the display here. So when I'm showing parents round who may be new to school, this is my first start point, which talks about our inclusive school. This is what we do here to make sure we're all inclusive, share the books, share the ethos, and the response from parents is they're really impressed with it, they really like it, and they echo the things that I don't explicitly say, but they say yes, because they're coming into the 21st century and there's lots of diversity out there and we need to prepare them for this. So the fact that you're doing this in schools is absolutely brilliant, because it's really difficult for them to navigate, you know, so we can do it in school, they can follow it up at home. You know, we offer leaflets to support them in those difficult conversations that they might have with their children. I think it's been massive. You know, we are a small primary school, but I think we live and breathe No Outsiders. You know, you talk to the children, what does it mean, No Outsiders? And the vast majority of children can really tell you in great detail what it means. It's about a sense of belonging. They talk about if somebody's new to school, how they're going to treat them, how they're going to be kind to them, how they're going to embrace their differences. And they all talk really, really confidently about how they're different to each other, which is what it's all about. It's absolutely brilliant. And it seeps through all that we do. You know, we do the books and we talk about the books and we do the follow-up work, but actually it's about the additional things we do, the assemblies, just the chit-chat. We've got No Outsiders champions, and they're always asking me what can we do and what can we design in school that's going to make people welcome. So it's really ingrained and embedded, it's through our DNA. Really proud of the logo. It was something that Andrew hadn't asked me to do, and I was just messing about in my doodle pad, and it has little tiny squares in the doodle pad, and I actually started to draw it out because I thought it needed something for the project. I very quickly got on to my friend who does a lot of my printing work and subsequently has printed the plaques. He sent it to America actually and got it digitized, because I don't know how to do that, for $50, which I thought was amazing. It came back black and white, and I thought actually it needs a bit of colour, drop the colour in. And the idea behind it is it's that if you look at the blocks, some of them are the same, so some of the letters are very similar. So you've got a block here with a green circle in the E, the same with the O, you've got a green circle showing that we've got similarities, but actually there are differences as well. So it's embracing that everyone's welcome everyone's different, but you know, we're all welcome in our school. So that was the ethos behind the sort of logo, and it was just a doodle that morphed into something bigger, which has then gone out to schools and is emblematic of the logo embodies what we're trying to achieve and got it on our lanyards, and it's, you know, I'm really proud of it, and something that I deliver them and goes out to lots of schools, and it's great. Visited a school the other day actually for my son's karate exam, and as I'm walking up, there's the logo in the courtyard, and my son said, "That's your design there, Dad," and it, you know, it makes me feel really proud, inspired by all the work that Andrew's done. So yeah. No Outsiders Champions are a group of children through year 2 through to year 6. They have a little badge, and it's really their job to make sure that everyone feels welcome in school. So if a new pupil starts, they might take the responsibility to look after them, show them around school, and to really champion No Outsiders. So it might be through Pupil Voice that we're asking them about it, and they come and meet with governors or guests, and it's for them to come up with ideas. They came up with an idea for Outside, which was a calm zone, because they appreciate that some children are neurodiverse and they don't always like the rough and tumble of football and the shouty playground. So they said, could we have a calm area? So I worked with them. We created a lovely calm area outside where children who perhaps don't like the noise can go. They can go into the van, they can get a bean bag. It's got the No Outsiders logo on, and that was part of them championing No Outsiders in the school and wanting a place for children to go who may be a little bit different from them, you know. So it's about really giving them responsibility and giving them some ownership. So a lot of the projects that we've done have been born out of No Outsiders. I talked earlier on about our work with Story House and British values and values in general, which looked at refugees, which had a real solid underpinning with No Outsiders. And as we've gone on through the years, we've done public speaking, again linked to the Story House, where children across about 40 primary schools have been asked to speak about the theme of No Outsiders, about them personally. And it's been really interesting, and Andrew's come and visited when those events have been on. Over the years, we've developed that. Last year, we produced an anthology called A Recipe for a New Beginning, which is a poetry project. So it's looking at refugees, and it was particularly from Ukraine at the time. It wasn't set out in that way. We were looking in general at refugees. There's about 30 schools involved. They had a unit of work to work through, linked with the literacy company who wrote the scheme of work. Year 5 children wrote their poetry, and then their teacher selected a couple of them to come to Story House to read them out, and then we produced an anthology. My advice to heads, if they're thinking about No Outsiders, is to really embrace it. It fulfills the RSE curriculum in lots of different ways. It's a scheme that goes all the way, we use it in nursery, all the way up till year 6, and the assemblies that come with the sort of scheme of work as well can be used every week to really look at equality. I would recommend that you involve governors at all stages, get your parents in, get them to look at the materials, see that it's really age appropriate, that they can use the materials at home, they can talk about these really difficult subjects through using some really, really self-explanatory books. I think don't be frightened about it, go for it, enjoy it. It really underpins the ethos in school as well, about that open and diverse school. Whatever pupil comes into your school, they're included, they feel welcome, and the No Outsiders just does all of that for you.